kid says that they hate school. And I'm just going to let you know, my kids have said that. Okay, so if you all think I have like perfect little angels and they sit there and, oh, Mom, we love this. We love Charlotte Mason. Can we do some more of this every day? Give us some more. No, that never happens. Okay, so my kids have told me they hate school. They hate math. They don't want to do this. Okay, and frankly, there's days where I don't want to do it either, right? We all have attitudes sometimes. That's called real life, right? And what do we do with that? What do we do when we don't like something? And Charlotte Mason talks a lot about the way of the will and the way of reason. But I would just encourage you to read through that. If you go on Ambleside, you can read Charlotte Mason's volumes for free, but you can also do a keyword search. So if you just put the way of the will and the way of reason, it'll come up. But teaching your children in that ought muscle. So it's part of like, I am, I can, I ought, I will. And we say the little thing that's on our menus, I will choose to do what is right, not just what I want. We say it that way. And so, yeah, we all like to whine and complain. I whine and complain about stuff all the time, right? And I tell my kids, do you think I like making dinner every night? I'm like, woo, I get to make dinner. No, but I do it because if I don't, you're all going to die and I get in trouble. So I do what I ought, not just what I want. Because right now, what I want is to like sit down and watch some Netflix. But I know you all got to eat. So I think just having those real life conversations, like, yeah, we do that, right? And I think consistency, okay, so this might sound like a contradiction. Consistency with variety is important. So if you're getting these kind of like, I don't want to do this, why is it so hard? Why have I read all these books and talk to you about them? Those kind of things, consistency is important. So I think we can have this reaction because we love our children and we want what's best for them. And if they're like, oh, I hate this, we want to be like, oh no, I don't want you to hate this. I want you to like wake up and think this is rainbow and unicorns every day. So I'm just going to completely change everything. And I'm going to go buy this new thing I saw on Instagram yesterday, and that'll make everything magically better. And then that doesn't happen, right? I had a friend who did like 6 math curriculums in 1 year because every curriculum she bought, a couple weeks into it, her kid would be like, I hate this, right? And then her kid missed all these different math concepts. So consistency is important. So these are our routines. We do morning time, we get up, and that's another thing too, is if we drag in the morning, it's usually not good. So if we get up, we do our routines, then there's less to kind of complain about because it's natural and it's normal. But have some variety. So maybe for morning time today, we're going to do it under the table, or we're going to do it in a fort that we built out of blankets in the living room, or we're going to have muffins. Like you can add variety, or we're going to read this book while we're swinging in the backyard or jumping on the trampoline. Well, I can't read a book jumping on the trampoline, but I'll read to you while you jump on the trampoline, right? Having that consistency in the routine. Don't think, oh, I got to revamp everything, right? Because of your child saying something like that. Just keep that consistency, but add in a few things to make it fun. And that makes it fun for you too. Like, oh, we're going to go do our lesson out at the park today and sit on a blanket and read these books instead of sitting in our dining room, right? Add those things in every once in a while to keep it fresh and exciting. And there have been times where I have had children who have complained about things, but it wasn't just like they were complaining about school. Like they're complaining about kind of a bunch of stuff and they're not getting along with their siblings and blah, blah. And usually that means there's some kind of like emotional thing going on with your child. And it has nothing to do with the book that they're reading or the math problem or the math curriculum, but more to do with their hearts. And so having that discernment to kind of pull them over, like, you know what? I don't think it's just that you hate this book. Like, I think there's a lot more going on here. You seem a little bit angry about a lot of different things right now. Can we talk about it? Having that emotional attunement to your children is super important too. And then I've had kids who told me that they hate something because it's hard, right? And I don't know about you, but I don't like doing hard things. Like the first couple months I started going to the gym, I hated it. It was hard. I felt dumb. I didn't know how these machines worked, right? And I had to get up at the crack of dawn, and I did not like it. I mean, now I love it, and I can't go without it. But at first, I did not like it because it's hard, and all of us feel that way. And you can empathize with your child and be like, yeah, bud, like this seems really hard. I don't like doing hard things either, but I know the more hard things I do, the easier it gets. But I also have had kids who've said that, and it is because they are having some kind of learning problem that I later learned they were having. And then I was like, oh dear, I'm so sorry. I was kind of fighting you on that forever. And, but so you can kind of take a step back. Maybe it's not that they're just hate this math curriculum. Maybe these are kind of problems are really hard. Or my daughter would always complain about hating different books. And then I found out she was mildly dyslexic. Okay, well, that reading is so hard for her. Even though she can do it after 2 pages, she's done, and she's going to tell me she's going to hate the book, even if it's the best book she ever read. Right? Usually, once we're finished with the book, she's like, "Oh, I love that." I'm like, "Really? You fought me every day on this?" But then I learned, like, well, that's why. Don't just take it at face value. I think kids, that's like and kind of knee jerk reaction sometimes for things they say, and don't let that get to you. But kind of just pray about it and explore some of those different options that I talked about, and hopefully that will help you all.